complete comparison between uh, Java and Scala. Why? Because first we'll get familiar with the Scala. Let's understand what is a Scala, what can Scala do. So what are the things easily we can do in Scala, what are what is little tough in the Java. It doesn't mean that your Scala is completely replacing your Java. So let's get familiar with the Scala first, then it's easy to compare and I can easily show you the differences. So if I start showing the code wise the differences, really get confused. Why? Because first we need to understand the Scala part, how we will write code in this and how we can compare with that. So that's the reason I really didn't show the comparison in yesterday. Yesterday I just has given like introduction how we'll write and how we will what is the type say, or static type I can say, what is the static type and how it will statically type and how the shell work, Scala shell works. So that's what we have seen yesterday. So continuation to that, so let's see, today we are going to see the features of the Scala and we are going to see small programs. Apart from that, I want everyone to install their Scala in their machines. If anyone is not done, so I will show you a simple how to do it. It's very simple, 1 or 2 steps of installing the Scala and setting up the class path. Let's move on with the features. So yesterday we have talked about a few features like a static type and the type inference. So, right, we have talked about a type inference. What is the type inference? So you really no need to specify the type at the time of declaring a variable, correct? At the time of declaring a variable, you really no need to specify the type. So based on the value, it can understand what is the type of the what type of variable you have declared. Your Scala can infer the type of the variable, and it's also singleton. I have just given an introduction. What is a singleton? Singleton is a class, a pattern. I can say a singleton is a specific design pattern, and if you create a singleton pattern or singleton class, and from that class you can create only one object. You can create only one object. You cannot create a multiple object from that class. That class allows you to do only one object, and you cannot create a duplicate object or you cannot create another object from that class. That type of design pattern we'll call as a singleton design pattern. To achieve the singleton design pattern in Java, we need to take care of so many things. We need to write so much of code. But when it comes to the Scala by default comes with Scala by default comes with the object. There is something called object, which looks similar to a class, and when you declare anything as an object, it's by default it takes as a singleton class, right? And so it has as I said, it has immutability, and it has a mutable. And
Veera, are you sharing any screen or just you are explaining it?
I share the screen, so it's a white
But
screen. Nothing.
okay, I thought of you are seeing something and explaining.
No, I'm not presenting anything. Okay. And what is the immutability? We have seen in this while discussing about Java, we have talked about something called immutability, right? So what is immutability? What is immutability? Can anyone tell me what is immutability? Yes, immutability. So immutability,
Mutability or immutability?
immutable.
In immutability, like once you assign the value on any variable, so you can't change.
Okay. So
You
instead of
cannot
saying,
change the content of the object.
yeah. So once you create an object, if you start doing any operations on top of that object, it will not modify. If you create an object, if you try to do any operations or if you try to modify the content of it or if you try to modify the object, that object will not be modified. Instead of that, it will create a new object. Okay, instead of that, it will create a new object that's called immutability. So Scala supports immutability. So Scala does not have a static. Okay, so by default it is a static. I'll show you that how it is. And you have a like a string patterns, like a string format. So I'll show you that what is a string format. We'll call it a string interpolation. So okay, I think it's better to make a note, the list here, the list of the features. The first one, statistically type. The second one is, you can say, immutability. Singleton. And it has a high ordered functions, and it has no static, we can say, string formations. It has a string formats. So along with this there are few more features of this. Let me show the most important one we missed: type inference. Okay, these are the features of the Scala. Along with that, there are a set of features. Those features are like, it's a code wise. Okay, so which I'm going to show you. These are the I can say it's a functionality of your Scala, and these are the features of the Scala. Along with that, there are some instead of saying it's a features, I can say that what are the way you can write a Scala code, right? So let me show you that as well. Suppose in Java, what we will do, we will write import statements, right? We will write some import statements, right? So in Java, if you want to write import statements, you have to write top on the Java application, right? First you'll write your package, and your package name you'll write. You'll write your package name, Hadoop com dot Hadoop dot something something. Then you'll start writing import statements. Can I write the import statement in between the program, or I need to always write in the top only? Can I write the import statements anywhere in the program in Java, or I need to always write in the top of only?
Always stop.
Always will write in the top, right? In your Java program, if you take, all your import statements will go on the top of your file. I can say the .java file, right? So right after the package, right? Even not before the package, right after the package, we'll write the import statements, right? And when it comes to the Scala, you can write import statements anywhere. You can write import statements anywhere. Let me put that. You can write your import statements anywhere. These are all programmatically differences, guys. So it's not actually differences. I just want to show you, explain you how it will write. Okay, so your import you can write anywhere in the program. So you can write first line or second line after 10 lines of the code you can write. Or it doesn't mean that you cannot write on the top. You can write in the top as well, right? So that's a one difference. So we have a operators, right? Plus minus arithmetic operators are there. Those are we consider as operators in Java, but when it comes to the Scala, they are functions. So they are functions. Your operators are like another methods. The operators are like another methods, like a plus, minus, and into. These are the like another methods. Operators are like methods. So let me show you this. Okay. So how we want to how we'll enter into Scala prompt. So I'm using a Windows here. Okay. If you want, you guys can try in Windows. If you want, you can try in Windows, or you can install in Ubuntu, or wherever you want install and make use of it. I just type Scala. Okay, first the steps to install the setup is as I shown in the last class. You just need to download the respective MSI file if it is if it is Microsoft. I mean, if you are using in Windows, if you are using Linux box, you just download the tarbar, extract it, and just go ahead and update your class path in the .rc file and start making use of it. As simple as that. And once you install that, you can.
It didn't ask where I just installed the Scala.
Mhm.
I have not set any class path, but it's working for me.
It will work.
It asks for any.
See, okay, fine, very good question. So let me ask a simple question to you guys. Is it mandatory set the class path? Even a Hadoop,
No, Vira.
Java,
No, Vira.
Hive, we
It
have
will
done.
give extra. It will give extra facility like from home directory itself. You can like a prompt. Otherwise, you need to go on that particular path. I think then you
Exactly.
can.
So that is what I was keep telling you guys. So if you set the class
It's
path, the
not
advantage is
required.
that, yeah, see here what I have done. So what I have done here, so what I have done here, my from my home I am starting the Scala. Suppose if I didn't set the class path, if I didn't set the class path, I cannot access from here. What I need to do, I need to go to my the location of where I have installed Scala. From there, I need to run the program. Right? If you set the class path, the advantage is that you can access from anywhere in the your application or your terminal. That's the advantage of setting the class path. Okay. So Scala, now I entered into the Scala. It is showing that Scala version and what is the JVM it is using, like what is the Java version it is using is also listed out here. And let's say I'm not going to define any data type here, so let's automatically infer the type. And now, so how we will access the methods? How we will access the methods of any specific object in Java? We'll use the period operator or dot operator, right? Is this visible to everyone? My screen is visible to everyone. I feel it's a little small font here. If you want, I can increase the settings. Properties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, see, I have just installed that Scala, okay, from this home location, Windows home location, okay.
Okay. Okay.
I just do a get install thing,
Okay.
and there directly I use Scala. Okay.
Okay.
Then I went to Scala prompt.
Okay.
So my question is, I have not given any path, and I just checked where is my Scala,
Mm-hmm.
okay, command.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me different 2-3 different file name actually. So which one I need to set in the class for?
I didn't get you. So you when you install it, it's showing you 2 3 Scala. No, see.
No, no, no. Do
Okay, let me show you here. Okay. So when you install Scala, you're installing in Windows or Ubuntu?
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu. Okay. Let me show you in Ubuntu.
Veera, one question. What is the process to install the Scala in Windows?
So nothing. It's very simple. You just need to download the file.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Scala download, that's it,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So you download this file. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as
Okay.
you download, it will get download this MSI file.
Okay.
Double click and start run it. So I
Oh,
already
okay.
it'll ask you to next. You just finish it off. Then go
Okay.
to
Before that, do I need to install any Java, right?
Java should be there. You just send
That
to
also
Scala.
I can install it. That also I can install it in Windows machine.
Yes, that also you can install in Windows machine. The
Okay.
steps to do that is very simple. You need to go to Oracle website, download that file, and just next. That's also next only. Windows is always comes with the MSI file, right? So that's always
Right.
you can directly go ahead and make use of it.
Oh, okay. Java. That's what you are trying to say,
Yes,
right?
yes, Java. Okay.
Okay.
So let me show you this anyway, since I want to show the setup also. So when you click on this installer, MSI means Microsoft installer. So it will come it will prompt you like this, say next. And see, since I have already installed my machine, it is asking me to change, repair or remove. And as soon
Okay.
as you will be having option to next, you just finish next. It's like this those wizards or those windows are self-explanatory, so you just need to do next. Then it will start working. Okay. So after that you need to set the class path. After that you need to set the class path. Okay. How to set the class path? Very simple. Go to your my computer, right click on the my computer and go to the properties. Go to the properties, click on the advanced settings, go to environment variables, go click on advanced settings, go to the environment variable. You just need to set the Scala home. I mean, if you have already installed Java, otherwise you need to set the Java home also. Whether irrespective of whether we set it here or not, go to your path. There is something called, there are two type of variables here: user variables, user level variables, and system level variables. And go to the path, click on edit, and you add your path. By clicking new, you just add the path. Or if you are using Windows 7 or some other old versions, it will not give such kind of pop-up. It will allow you to do edit. Select path, click on edit. You can append at the last. Use semicolon, guys. That's the most important thing. So if you look at here, each path is end with a semicolon. Semicolon next path. Semicolon next path. Semicolon next path. Like that you need to do. Okay. That's it. Then you start making, you don't need to restart your machine, you start making use of your thing. So coming to the Java installation, so let me explain Java installation. Very straightforward, even that is. So
Yeah, Veera, can you give me the link also once?
uh,
Hmm.
which one? Java?
Java. Java. Yeah, right.
Okay, so you just need to download your JDK or JRE. So I recommend you to download the JDK. Download the JDK. When you double click on this, it's also ask you like this, and it's also next only. It's starting.
Veera, can you give me link? Just I can try now itself.
The Java download.
Yes, yes. Ping me this one as well.
So what is the operating system of yours?
Windows 10. Windows 10, Veera.
Yeah. So this is the link. That is the link which I have pinged you. So while
Yeah,
downloading,
yeah.
first you need to accept here. Look at here, Ashwini. You need to accept the
Yeah, yeah.
license. After accepting the license, and you select your Windows 64-bit and download the file. Once you download that, it is runtime. It is JRE. It is not JDK. Okay. So if you want to install, you can install JDK also. Okay. This is JRE which I have given you. Let me show you.
first I can download the JRE as well, right?
Yeah, JRE, JDK, both you can download.
Okay. Oh, you are saying Windows 64-bit online, right?
Yeah. So you can look at here, JDK, click on this JDK. It will gives you a JDK, JPSC development kit. So you need to accept the link, you need to accept the thing, and you just start downloading this. So I'm pinging you this link also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, these are the two links. You just download next, and you need to set the class path. Okay, you can Google it. You will find a nice document for the setting of all these things. Okay,
Oh.
coming to because your question, coming to how to set up Scala in Ubuntu. It's also very simple here. Also, you just need to yes, let's just run backend. So what do you need to do? You just need to download your Scala tar file. So let me show you that how it will get downloaded. Look at here, it will download like this tgz file. Copy this respective folder. I mean, I'm not downloading here because since I already downloaded, so I'm not downloading you. User local. So wherever you want to put, you copy paste that to a specified location. Right click and extract. That's it. Right click and
That bin
extract.
path I have to give, right?
That is a class path. That is a path. That is a
That I will give in the base RC.
that will give an bash RC. Home. See guys, the home is still the Scala only. Path or class path till your bin directory.
Okay, I got it. Because once I use a different command like the sudo app install
That,
something,
so
so
when you
directly install actually.
yeah, when you use a sudo, that's what the difference we need to understand. When you install the sudo, what will happen? It will start downloading the packages into different location. It's not, see, now I have a control to where I need to install my Scala. So now I install my Scala into this the local user local location, right? If you go with the sudo apt-get installation, it will directly go to the user lib, I think. User lib it will go.
Okay. So
Okay?
what command you have used to download?
Normal, I just logged into my browser, I downloaded.
Okay. So you browse download tar file for Ubuntu, right?
Exactly. But I'll go to the browser, Scala downloads, click on that for Linux version, it will download and copy to a specified location, extract it and set the class path. As simple as that.
Okay.
If you go
Okay.
with the sudo,
Yeah.
that's what I was, even my videos, if you see the Hadoop Mentor setup videos, you have two ways of installing. So I might have shown the both the ways there. Yeah. Okay.
And one more thing is,
Hmm.
see, whenever I'm using this Scala ID, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scala ID, whenever I'm doing, I'm getting on Scala project, the version is mismatching. The version here in Scala ID
Mm-hmm.
is 12.2,
Mm-hmm.
okay, but in the command prompt when I'm checking, the installation is 11.8, right? So this, suppose in the future, I will install this, I will take this Spark and all that code, and
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to deploy in the Ubuntu environment, right? So the version mismatch is there. So how to handle that one actually?
You see, with ID, if the version mismatch is there, what you need to do, how we'll set the JRE environment, right, in Java, the ID Eclipse, will go to Windows preferences, there will change, right? Similarly, we need to change an ID. Okay, that I will show you later. Or else I'll take your
Okay.
mission, I'll take a screen share and I'll look into that issue.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, coming to you, Ashwini, once you downloaded that Scala SE, so you need to just click on next. So in my case is already installed. It will tell you this. You say
Okay.
next. It will start installing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that easy.
Okay.
Then again, as I shown in the class path, you go to the environment variables. Right click on your computer, properties, advanced settings. If you want, someone can make a note of it. Otherwise, you can even you'll get a nice document from the Google. So here, create a new Java _home. you use the path of it and go to the path here and edit it and add the path. Yeah. So why I'm spending some time on this to show you the setup. So this will be one-time activity. That's the reason I'm showing you here. So if it's something is we're seeing later, I would not show, but this is a one-time activity. Please, everyone, please do the setup. The setup is required. Okay, that's it. It's already saying that it's already there. Okay, I don't want to. This is not empty, so it's saying there's already something is there in it. I don't want to do that. Just close it. Okay, so yeah. So coming back to our discussion. So if you remember, no, see, this is not working.
Veera,
Yeah.
Scala has an access modifier.
Yes, Scala also has access modifiers. We'll talk about that. They have a private, they have a no modifier, they have a protected. They all have the access modifiers.
By default, it's immutable, right?
No, no. Okay, I'll show you that. So it's based on that whether you are using a var or val. If you're using var, it's not immutable. It's immutable. Okay. So Nagesh is asking some question. Do we need to set any path when we install it from the Ubuntu terminal using sudo? No need. So if you are using sudo apt-get, you no need to set the class path. Okay. So coming back to here, let me show where x is assigned some value in this, and so semicolon is not mandatory since we are from the Java background. So it's become a habit of giving semicolon at the end of each statement. You can happily give that. Okay. So now x, if you want to access any method, what we will do, x dot will use. If you look at here, look at this plus symbol. All your operators are acting as a method or acting as a method. Look at here, all are acting as a method. They're not acting as a variables. I mean operators. They're acting as a methods. Look at here, plus is acting as a method, right? That's what I started telling you here as part of the features. So operators are like methods. Your operators are like methods. You can give not only constants, you can declare a and b, and you can do that. Okay, let me show that as well. Now I have declared x. I'll declare where y equal to 100. So what I can do here, x dot plus of y 110. Wait, sorry, 110. Do you understand? Right? So does it mean that always I need to use the dot plus? No need. So you can directly says that x plus y. Both are same. There is no difference. Both are same. Okay. So I strongly recommend. So whatever the commands we are doing, I strongly recommend you to put into Notepad. Okay. So for the future reference. So since not only the Scala guys, anything. Okay. If you're working on the shell or if you're working on the such kind of. One second. Wait, it's calling now. Okay. If you are installing, if you are working on any shell, I mean command prompt or terminal like a hive, pig, or hbase, whatever the terminal you are writing or shell you are writing. So first you write the code into some document, so that help you to for future reference. That help you to for the future reference. So what I was trying to say here, like this, if you keep one copy, it will help you to understand the better way. Okay, like this we can do, or we can also directly do x plus y. We can also do x plus y, right? So let's keep aside. Let's move on to the next feature. So as I said, in Scala, Scala is a purely object-oriented programming language and functional language, right? Everything in Scala is an object. As I said in the last class, we do not have a separate primitive data types here. Whatever you create, whatever you write, by default they are objects. Even the functions what we are writing is also an object. I'll show you that. Okay, even if you are writing some functions, and those functions are also an objects. Okay, so if you write your integer type, suppose you are writing an integer type and you're declaring as shown in the last class, that is also an object type. Okay, that's not in a primitive type. Okay, so here that's the difference. Actually it's not a feature. In the Java you write your functions like public static void or public void, your access specifier, I mean access modifier, then your access specifier, then your return type, then method name, then parameter list, right? If it comes into the Java, what you will write, how you will write a method. First you will write your access modifier, then access specifier, if you have anything. Okay, static or abstract or synchronous, or not synchronous, what do you call that, static, and return type, then method name, then parameter list, right? Then you'll write. But when it comes to Scala, you just define saying that def and name of it, name of the method, and what it is returning, parameter list, and what it is returning, return type, and equal symbol represents that it is going to return something. Okay, so that's not actually a difference, that's not actually a feature. So the feature is here in the method, right? We can have a different parameter list. Let's say I have something called print. I have a method called print. The similar way, let me define diff print. I can have a different parameter list here. I can have a different parameter list here. What is a different parameter list? Let me check whether I'm recording it or not. Yes, I'm recording. I can have a different parameter list. What does it mean? Look at guys here. I can have one more parameter list. I can have like this. This is called currying. This is called currying. We'll talk about this more in the later point of time when we are discussing about that, and how to access, how we'll pass the parameters to this, and all we will talk. So we can have a different kind of parameter list in our Scala. Different parameter list. Okay, you can have like this. So Java will not support such kind of things, right? Okay, so when you're talking about the methods, right? I written a method. I can write inside one more method. I can define. Inside one more method I can define. One more method I can define. This is called nested methods. This is called nested methods. We can define the nested methods. Method inside the method. We can have a method inside the method, right? So when it comes to in the Java, if you want to write your constructor, what you will do? Your constructor should be as similar as your class name, correct? and you'll give parameters. So either it can be a default constructor or parameter constructor. But in the Scala, if you are defining your class, you no need to define explicitly a constructor. So when I'm defining a class here, I can define directly here itself my parameter list. So look at here. This is my class. This is my class. So here I no need to provide a separate setters and getters here. So I have, see, with a single statement of single line here, so what are the things I have achieved? Look at here. I have created a constructor. Yes, done. The constructor is created. And I want to provide only setters for Y, and I want to provide the getters for X. Done. Even if I have written the setters and getters here, with a single line of statement. What I'm trying to show here, with a single line of statement, I'm able to do constructor, I'm able to do write a setters and getters, I'm able to make it my X has to be immutable, only get. X has to be only get. No one can change the value, no one can assign the value. Y has to be set and get. I have written the setters and getters, right? So you are in the single line of statement, you are keeping your constructor also, right? So as I said before, we do not have a static type in this. Static keyword we do not have. Whatever you write inside the object, object sample, in this, what are the methods you declare, they are by default static. They are by default, they are static. Yeah, let's have a quick small example and try to understand how we will write that. So we will be saying all this feature will be discussing one by one, so that will help you to understand the better way. Okay, these are all the set of these are all the few features of Scala, and these are the few differences how we write in the Java code compared to Java code. Let's write a simple first program of ours. So first I would like to use Notepad instead of before using a IDE. So let's try to understand how to write a first program. So you have to define the object. O should be small letter, it's not a capital letter. Object, first Scala, Okay, better let me write in the separate file, because I need to save it as a Scala. Object, first Scala. In this, similar how we have our main methods and all, we need to define the main methods. Def main, and we know that the main method accepts the parameter list, string type of array it will accept. Args, you can give any parameter name here, you can give any name, it's no need to be always args, it can be any name. Array array of strings, and this method is not going to return anything. That's the reason I specified unit. If you specify unit, it means that that method is not going to return anything. Unit means that method is not going to return anything. If if your method is returning something, you will write, instead of unit, you will write some return type. Unit is a type. It specifies that it's like a value. I can say void. What is a void? It's a type of return value, right? It's a return type, right? So similarly here also, unit is a return type where it says that return nothing. It return nothing. So in the return, when you say, even though if you have specified the unit and you're trying to access it for as a returned method, it will return you the single bracket like this. It will return you like a curly parenthesis like this. Okay, let's look at here and print ln. I want to print only small statement in this. Welcome to Scala. Now the default is okay. If you didn't specify any return type in the method, you will be, it's not like any default or something. The last expression of your method is a return type. In the method, the last expression, what are the last expression, last statement, that statement itself, it will take it as a return type. We'll talk about that when we are discussing about the methods. Okay, save this program. Save this program with the same name as your object name. It's not mandatory, but it's always good practice to do, as you know, keep your file name and your object name should be same. That's recommended. So can I have my class name and my file name is different in Java? In Java, let's say in Java, can I have my class name and file name differently?
Yeah, we can.
We can have,
Provided it's not the public.
right? While compiling, while running, we need to provide the different names. So while compiling, I need to give a file name. While running the program, I need to give a class name. Correct? Similarly here also, same. Okay. So now how to compile this program? So where I have saved it, I saved in this desktop. I could have saved in the somewhere else, but fine, no problem. So how to compile this? How to compile that code? It's as similar as your Java. It is as similar as your Java. In Java, what we will do? Java C and you'll give a file name. Here I'll say Scala C and the file name. Okay, I need to go to the desktop. Wherever the profiles are, I mean, wherever our Scala C. First dot Scala, press enter. If it has any compile time error, if it has any issues, it will show then and there itself. Yes, it has some problems. It's not closed. Save it, and what it is telling. And I have opened one, closed one, opened one, closed one. Yeah. So now go ahead and execute the same statement. It's successfully executed and compiled, I can say. So now if I want to run Scala, my class name, my object name, I can say the class generated class name. Just print welcome to Scala. Just print welcome to Scala. Now if you go to your desktop, if you look at here, this is my source code .scala file. When I compile it, it's created two files. One is a Scala class file, another one is a Scala dollar class file. I mean your object dollar class file. Okay, why it is created two files? Why it is created two files? So try to understand this. It's really not important, but try to understand this. And one is for accessing your static methods directly from your what you call your Scala file. One is for this class file I can access in Java as well, right? Ordinary methods, like ordinary methods. This class file which is generated, I can make use of this class file in over my Java code as well. Since it is a class file, no problem. It can be accessible in the normal way in our Java, right? So let's move on. So to print that single statement, we have written 3 lines of code or 2 lines of code in the programmatically, right? If you see how it is interactive mode. So if I want to print something here, as we saw yesterday, we just need to specify print method. We just need to specify print method. You can just type like this. You can just type like this. And I can also define my own method. I can also define my own method. I can also define my own method. Okay, it's written nothing. That's the reason unit. If you see here, print me is returning nothing. That's the curly braces. It's a unit type, right? So if I type print me, if I call print me, it is printing whatever I have written in this. I'm calling a method. Normally to call your method, we need an object and we will call that method, right? But here, I can directly can define, it is interactive mode. It's called shell mode. It's interactive shell mode where you can directly call create a method and you can call that. But these are available till your session is available. Once your session is ended, this will not be available. Yes or no? Once your session is ended, this will not be available. So again, you need to re-execute all of them, right? Are you guys able to follow what I'm trying to show here? Okay, let me see. I'll make a document. This document is for our reference. I think I should have another document. Okay, to compile Scala C and file name, to run Scala object name or class name, I think. Object name. This is for compiling. This is for running the program. Any doubt till here? Now, so let's see how to write the same thing in a IDE. We all know if you want to start writing any program in our IDE, first you need to create a project. How to create a project here? Since it is a different IDE, so it's not a different IDE, the same with Eclipse only. It looks like Eclipse only if you go with a Scala IDE, and or in existing Eclipse itself you can create your Scala plugin, or you can add your Scala plugin. You can make use of that Scala plugin. Let me see whether the Scala plugin is there or not. Yes, I have the Scala plugin in this. I'm changing my perspective. Perspective is nothing but how this window has to act. If I select Java, my window act as a Java. If I select Scala, my window act as a Scala. That's the only difference. Okay, the perspective and the frames in this tool. If I select Java, all the options will change to related to Java. So suppose if you want to create a project, if I say new, and it will start giving me a Java project and all those things. It doesn't mean that it will not give a Scala project. It can also give you a Scala project by selecting other projects like this, like this. You can create it. Okay, but if you are in a Scala perspective, you can directly go ahead and create a Scala project. New Scala project. Since you are in a Scala project, first Scala hands-on, Scala hands-on, and it can make use of the existing IDE, or if you want to change your JRE. Okay, let's say I want to change a JRE. You can specify your JRE. You can configure your own JRE. Select the JRE. Okay, add it. You can use in Java, JDK also you'll be having something called JRE. You can use that JRE, or you can use the specific JRE as well. You can use the specific JRE as well. So target is not JDK root, and Java executable was not found. So when I select that, it is showing me does not contain that. So I will go and select this JRE only. See here, you have all the JDK related libraries are available here for your development. Finish and select this. Okay. Next. So as similar as your Java project only, guys, nothing else. See here, this is your output directories. All class files will go into a bin directory. All class files will go into a bin directory. And if you select allow output folder for the source folder, it will also show you under this project. Otherwise, it will not show under this project. Finish. It's created. The Scala project has been created. So I don't know whether you guys are able to view it or not. Let me change. Is this visible to everyone? I'm checking how to I can zoom in, zoom out.
Yes, it's visible there.
It's visible, right? Good. So now, so let's go ahead and create a first Java program. So to create a Java program, so as similar as you can create a package first. Go and create a package first. com dot scala dot first. Get the first class.
Veera, before that, how do we add this Scala into Java? Where is that plugin?
Which plugin? This plugin. You need to install the plugin in your Eclipse. You need to go to help, marketplace. Go to a marketplace. It will open a browser like this. I mean a pop-up like this, and you search here Scala.
Okay.
Search Scala here. So when you search Scala, it will start showing you all Scala related plugins. It will show you all Scala related plugins. Some problem in I think failed to execute runnable no class definition. Some problem with an Eclipse is really no problem. So you just select your Scala ID, double click on it, it will start installing everything. Okay, I have created a package. Okay. New Scala object, not the Scala class. Okay, Scala class has a different purpose here. As we know that. So create a Scala object, and you specify your first Scala. You specify your first Scala and click on finish. Click on finish. Some problem. This is my ID problem, guys. It's not a problem with your the code program. It's a problem with the ID. Don't know why it is acting like this, but still. Main unit and the main method. You can say arg. You can say args or arg, whatever you're comfortable. Array string. You're just defining your println. Okay. Save this file and right click, run as Scala application. Run as Scala application. Welcome to first Scala program. Started printing it. Okay. So we'll talk later about the classes and how we'll declare the class and how we'll call that class, how we'll create an object for that class. All those things we'll talk about. about them. So we'll go one by one. And actually today I thought to start with the variables and data types and all, but still anyway, fine, no problem. So we'll go in the slowly only, slow and steady, and win the race. So tomorrow, I mean, okay. So what about the weekend, guys? So I didn't take your opinion. What about the weekend?
This weekend we can have we can finish it.
I mean, actually, I'm getting concerns like this is a long weekend. The people are planning for out of station. I mean, some vacation. You guys can please discuss yourself in the chat and please confirm me. So based on that, we can have a class. Whether to have a class or not, we can plan it. Okay. Is it fine? Yeah. So thank you guys. Thanks for your time. Have a wonderful day. So please let me know whether to have a class or not. Until unless you guys confirm, there won't be any class. Okay. So I don't have any problem to take. So I'm fine with to take. But if you guys please
Very
discuss and
Sir, I have a doubt. I mean, in the Ubuntu, I have installed, right? In the terminal, same way we'll compile the program, or how is that? Because I'm getting an error.
you have written the program. I didn't get you.
I have written a program and saved it as .scala file.
Okay. So please check whether it's saved as a
I
.scala
have
file or .txt file. So while you are saving, you have to give in a double quote.
no, while saving-
Let me show you here. If I'm saving this file, I need to save. I should make sure that I'm saving something like this. So in double quotes, you say sample.scala. You should give in the, inside the double quotes. Otherwise, by default, it will take a .txt. By default, it will take .txt. You make sure that you save like that.
Okay.
Okay. And otherwise, you can make use of
Okay.
your IDE. So you can start executing your programs in IDE. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Thanks for your time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.